My name is Caroline Willard with Skyterra, and this is your strength and balance practice. So for this practice, all you need is a mat. If you have props at home and you want to add them in, please feel welcome to grab them. But we're going to get started at the top of your mat. So coming into Tadasana or mountain pose, which is a really strong standing posture here. So I'm thinking about coming into my best standing posture here. My palms are flipped forward. Maybe even just checking in with your feet here, making sure that they're on straight, that they're not crooked here, and that they are straight at a comfortable distance for you. Most people, that's about hip width distance apart. I'm going to inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades up by the ear. Exhale, let them melt down the back. Slightly tucking my chin in, shifting my head back just a little bit in space to help align the neck with the spine here. And just tuning in to your breath moving through your body in this mountain pose. Noticing the breath as it flows in and out. You can take a gaze a few inches in front of you to focus your attention to help you feel a little bit more stable. You may even notice your weight shifting forward and back as those little muscles in your body help to stabilize you. Maybe bringing your attention to your feet, feeling your feet grounding into the earth. Noticing if those shoulders are trying to creep up, and let them relax down the back. If you'd like to challenge your balance just a little bit more, you can explore closing the eyes and see how that feels. And you can open them up at any time you need to. You're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up the belly, expanding the lungs. On the exhale, let out a sigh, release. Doing that 2 more times. Deep breath into the nose. Exhale, sigh, release. 1 last time. Deep breath into the nose. Exhale, release. I'm just continuing to breathe in and out through the nose here. Feeling yourself fully arrive here to this practice and letting go of everything else in this moment. Just giving yourself permission to be right here and right now with your breath and your body. And when you're ready, just gently relaxing the hands here and starting to draw circles with your wrist. And as you're drawing those circles, you can slowly let the arms start to come up out to the side and eventually making their way overhead. And once you get to the top up here, just reverse the direction of the wrist circles, slowly making your way back down where you started. And then from here, we're going to do some expansion and flexion with the spine. So reaching your arms straight out in front of you here. Think about opening the heart up, reaching the chest forward, arching the back, reaching the arms back, feeling that expansion in your chest. And as you exhale, start rounding the spine, chin towards the chest, reaching the arms forward. Inhale, open up, expand, arching the spine here, reaching the heart, chest forward. Exhale, round the spine, reaching the arms forward, chin towards chest. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Letting the arms come down, back by your side. Just walking your feet out just slightly, a little bit further from where we started. Letting the arms be heavy and relaxed by your side here, twisting side to side. Just letting the arms gently tap onto the body as you take this twist side to side, maybe having a little soft bend in the knees, twisting at your torso here. And eventually slowing that momentum back down, letting the arms come back through center. Walking the feet right back where you started. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, think about sitting back into a chair as the hips go back, bending the knees. You can even play with shifting your weight back into your heels, maybe shifting your weight a little bit up onto the toes, lift the heels. Shifting back into the heels, lift the toes. Lifting up, reach onto the tippy toes, lift the heels, coming back down into your chair, feet grounded on the earth. I'm going to think about inhale, sweeping my arms, reaching back behind me. Then exhale, coming back up into chair. Inhale, reaching, sweeping arms back behind. Exhale, rising back up. So my lower body's staying stable. It's just my upper body and my arms moving. Inhale, reach back. Holding that chair pose, breathing here. One last time, reaching the arms back. Bringing the arms back forward. As you inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms up overhead. Next exhale, think about hinging forward at your waist, coming down into a forward fold. This first forward fold, you can bend your knees if your hamstrings are feeling kind of tight here, and letting the belly rest down toward the thighs, letting the head and neck rest down. You can grab opposite elbows if you like and sway side to side. Releasing the arms back down towards the mat. I'm really going to ground through my feet, get strong in my legs. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side, rising back up to standing. Exhale, bringing the hands down through heart center. So from here, I'm going to step the right foot back into a lunge. So I'm on my toes here, bending that front left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead here. And just get strong and stable here first in your lunge. If you're feeling super wobbly, you can always hop your back leg out a little bit, and that can help you have a little bit of a wider foundation. Getting off foundation myself. So the more you even squeeze the legs together, feel your core start to engage here. Gonna inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Then we're gonna add a little bit of an arm strengthener here, like you're doing a lat pull down. So strengthener for your back. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together like you're pulling something heavy down, adding your own resistance here. Then inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale to squeeze and lower. Inhale back up. An option here if you want, you can even exhale as we lower the arms, lower the back knee down. Inhale, rise back up, trying to keep that front knee bent. Exhale, lower. Inhale back. One last time, exhale, lower down. Inhale back up. From here, coming back to your forward fold. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, maybe swaying side to side if that feels good. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side, rising the arms back up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. So from here, I'm going to step the left foot back, coming back into that lunge. Again, find your foundation first. So if you need to walk your leg out a little bit wider, doing that for yourself. Bending into that front knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, squeeze, pulling the arms down, doing that lat pull down. Inhale, up. Exhale, pull down, squeeze, and you can lower the back knee if you like that option. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms back up, stepping back into that forward fold. Shifting side to side. So from here, we're going to think about taking your time, stepping back into plank pose. So you can be in full plank here, or you can lower the knees down and have this as your plank right here. Breathing and holding. So if chaturanga is in your practice in up dog, you can go through that now, or otherwise, think about slow and controlled, lowering your belly down to the floor. Taking your time, slow and controlled. Resting your chest, resting the legs, resting the head. You can think about peeling the heart up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting up, a little bit of weight in my hands. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale. Inhale, rising back up into that cobra. Really using my back muscles here, squeezing, lifting that heart forward. Exhale, back down. Inhale, last time, one last cobra up. Exhale, lower back down. Then we're gonna think about inhale, pressing up into your kneeling plank or full plank, and then shifting back to down dog. So I'm just shifting my hips back. If you want, you can pedal out. Knees here. If down dog is not in your practice or not an option for you today, you can lower the knees and sit back into child's pose. Choosing one of those options. Then from my down dog, I'm gonna shift forward into plank and then shift back into down dog. If you're in child's pose, you can shift forward into your kneeling plank and back into child's pose. Just moving through a few breaths here, forward into your plank. Exhale, shifting the hips back. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, shift the hips back. One last time, inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, shift the hips back. And then from here, starting to walk your hands back to meet your feet. If you're in child's pose, just taking our time, meeting us in a forward fold at the back of your mat. I'm gonna think about keeping my chest towards the chin and slowly rolling up through the spine. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up by the ears, down the back. Maybe shaking the arms out for a moment. Then we're gonna come to a wide-legged stance on your mat. So taking your feet a little bit wider than your hips here. Turning your right toes forward, bending that right knee. So you're coming into warrior two here. Taking your gaze over your front fingertips. And just check in with your front knee, your knees over your ankle, and that it's not collapsing in. Sometimes that happens where it's falling in, that you're pressing the knee out and away. So toward your pinky edges of your toes. Breathing here. Taking your gaze over your front fingertips. Next, inhale, think about straightening that front leg, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, sinking back down into that warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Then relaxing your arms down. We're going to turn the right toes forward. This time, turn your left toes forward. Bend that front left knee. Reach the arms out here. Taking deep breath in. Deep breath out, and getting set up in your pose here. Again, checking in with your knee, feeling strong and grounded in your legs, feeling that strength in your body. Next, inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up, and exhale, floating back down. Inhale, reach, straighten. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale up, exhale lower, inhale up, exhale lower. Relax the arms back down, turn your left toes forward. You're gonna bring your hands to your hips here and think about hinging forward, coming down into a wide-legged forward fold. If you can't reach the floor, that's okay. You can grab a chair, place it in front of you, or you can grab a block, anything you feel like you need to support yourself here if your hamstrings are feeling really tight here. In this wide-legged forward fold, I'm going to think about bending my left knee, shift the hips over to the left, bending the right knee, shift the hips over to the right. Just moving side to side. And eventually making your way back to center here. Holding here for a few breaths. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Bringing your hands back to your hips here. And think about trying to keep a flat back as I slowly rise back up to standing. And then from here, coming to the top of your mat. And we're going to do some balance stuff here. So if balance is a challenge, you can go to a wall or you can grab a chair. But I'm going to think about grounding down through my left leg, beginning to rise up the right knee right in front of me. So I have my foot flexed here. I find that helps me balance a little bit better. And be mindful of this left hip here, that you're not like slouching, that you're really hugging that left hip in. Finding a point to focus your gaze straight in front of you. And breathing here. And then imagine as if you had a tennis ball you were trying to keep behind this right knee. You're trying to squeeze a tennis ball behind this knee, so you're hugging this heel in towards the back of your hamstring here. I'm going to think about hinging forward, and slowly coming into warrior three. So once I get parallel to the floor here, I'm going to straighten my back leg, flex my back foot, strong and engaged, and be mindful of your hips, that both hip points are facing the floor, that you're not hiking one hip way up, keeping both hips in line with each other. And you have a nice little bend in this standing, balancing, wobbling leg. Breathing here. Flex that back foot, engage that back leg. And then take your time. You can start to bend that back knee again, like you're squeezing that tennis ball back behind your knee again. Slowly bringing that leg back forward. Hovering here in front. You can stay right here, or if you'd like to try, you can extend the leg right in front of you. Hugging back in. We're going to try one more time, just like that, hugging that leg in. Reaching back to that warrior three. Breathing here. Hugging that knee, bending the knee, hugging that foot in. Come back up to standing. Reach and extend that front leg forward. Lower that leg back down. Good job. Maybe shake the legs out for a moment. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So grounding down through that front leg there. Flex the foot. Think about engaging that right hip on the other side. Find your gaze, balance here. Breathing. And then when you're ready, you start to squeeze like you're hugging a tennis ball behind your knee right here. Reach that leg back, hinging forward. Reach and straighten that leg. Straighten it out, flex that foot like you're standing on the ground. Like you're pressing it in the wall behind you. Breathing here, both hips facing down towards the earth, in line with each other. Slowly starting to bend that left knee. Slowly taking your time, hugging in, bring back through. Hovering here, or maybe extending the leg. One more time, hugging it in, slowly reaching back, straightening that leg back behind you. Bending the knee, bringing it back through, maybe extending the leg in front. And slowly hugging it back in, have both feet grounded here. So that was a lot. And if you were wobbling all over the place, that's okay. There's something for you to work towards. And from here, we're going to take our time coming down to a seat. So however is most comfortable for you to come down. Laying down onto the back. Hugging the knees into the chest. Gently rocking side to side. Bringing your feet back down, open the arms out to the side, walk your feet as wide as your mat. Dropping the knees over to the left. Inhale through center, drop them over to the right. Just shifting side to side here. If it feels good, you can pause or hold. And taking your time, just straightening out the legs here. Reach the arms down by your side. coming into your Shavasana or your supported rest. You could put a pillow or blanket behind your head. You can put a bolster or cushion underneath your knees, or just lying here on the floor. Take a deep breath into the nose, letting out a sigh. Just inviting yourself to surrender here for just a couple of minutes. Taking this time after your practice to let your mind rest, let your body rest, receive the full benefits. And if you can stay here longer, please do so, just taking a few moments for yourself. And if you're ready to come back, just beginning to first gently wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Bringing the feet onto the mat, gently rolling over onto one side. Taking your time as you press yourself back up to a seat. So just settling here for a moment, checking back in with your body, noticing how you're feeling, and honoring yourself for showing up for this practice, or maybe challenging yourself in a new and different way. Taking this time to support yourself. And bringing the hands to a prayer at your heart center. Inviting in gratitude and appreciation for your body and everything that it does for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.